Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to another art stream. I hope you're all doing good. I hope everything is working. Just let me check real quick. But my mic seems to be working. I think you all can hear me. So, yeah, we left off this 3D rough-in at this stage in the last stream. And now I do want to go into a bit more detail. I'm not sure what I tackle first. I do have a bit of the problem with this Blender file, and I haven't really a good idea how to solve it. The problem is that, as you can see, our world coordinates are flipped around, and I can scale the objects in a negative way. Like scale z-1, and this seems to fix it. But the problem that I have is that now the objects are all flipped around. And Tamahoma, nice to see you here. I hope you're doing great. Und ja klar, ich kann ja auch gern so ein bisschen die ein oder anderen Tricks mit Blender beibringen. I'm just gonna continue in English now. So this is where we left off in the last stream, like I said, and I think what I want to do now is tackle a bit of these foreground elements. I think this is something I did off screen, that I added another staircase, and I do have to model the staircases, but it's no biggie. Because I wanted to have a clearer separation between like a foreground, and this is like now really the foreground, the midground, which is, I guess, basically the train and part of the train station, not really sure, and the background, pretty much everything else. And regarding that little problem that I have with the world coordinates being wrong, that means that I can't work with the default Blender shortcuts. I just copied the whole thing, at least the stuff that I want to work on, into another file. And now we can work from here. So, and then I just import that back into here, that I can have my background painting. Yeah, it's not the most elegant solution, but anyway, we will go for that. And maybe one thing I want to tackle is this pillar, and we can hide everything but the pillar. I hope that works. Okay. And now we can start to detail this a bit. I need to select the loop cut. And I do want it a bit receding to the top. And maybe we can extrude this out along the normals. I did have some reference for the pillars. I'm not trying to replicate that exactly, but I think at least we can have a little image in here to help us working with the reference. No, image editor. Okay. So, as I said, I'm not trying to create exactly the same thing. But what we can do maybe is to insert the faces, and I need to do them locally, right? No. Extrude individual? I think this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. This isn't really working, is it? I mean, I could have it on the outer place, but that's not really what I wanted. I'm looking for insert individuals. Okay. I have no idea why this isn't working in the way. I think this is what I want, but for all of these. Okay. Individual. I think I have to select. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Sorry for the delay. I think now everything should work. Yeah, and now we can intrude this with the extrude individual, right? Maybe not. I mean, it has a bit of an interesting look to it. Something I do want to tackle is also the top here. And I want to bevel this. And I want to come into here for a bit more of an intricate pattern, which I can do if I change the profile type from super ellipse to a custom one. And let's see if we can create something that looks interesting. Why not? We can do the same thing on top, I think. Do want to switch the curve around a bit. We can create an additional loop cut here. One thing I don't like is the scale of the whole thing. If I now deselect everything, okay, we do have these elements, so this needs to be a bit bigger then. I'm not the biggest fan of going into here with the cylinder getting bigger and getting smaller. I think it works better like that, but then we have the problem with the size of this thing. I want to create a linked object here. No, I don't want to delete it. Merge that into here. And maybe add another cylinder here. Like that. And extrude this out. And same here. I'm pretty sure I have to do some other adjustments. This is why I don't use the mirror modifier. So I guess what we can also do now is play a bit around with the textures. And currently we don't have any. So let's get some. And for this I'm gonna use the, where is that, Extreme PBR, which is a paid plugin. And I gonna select, I think this should be like stone stuff. Neat. Yeah, not really sure if that's what I'm going for. Fabric, not what I'm looking for. I don't think, but I don't know. Okay, this is definitely the wrong material. What about this? Obviously the coordinates need to be fixed, but I think something like that could actually work okay-ish. But before we do that, actually we can't do that now. I do like the material, but we have to fix the background here first. That means I have to hide everything except this object. And I need to come into here. I think I can hide these faces too. Okay, and then we're gonna hide that. Then we can build the yeah, the back of this room, basically. I'm gonna delete the faces and oh. I'm a bit lost here. Okay, this seems good. And I think I can merge this. Let me have a look. Merge that as well. I think we have a non-manifold now here. I'm gonna extrude this out in the Z direction. I think I can merge those like I wanted. Scale Z0? No, Y0. This makes a uniform line here. And I'm gonna scale in Y and 0, and now we have planar surfaces. I'm gonna extrude this out into this direction. Okay, I need to be a bit careful here not to make any non-manifold surfaces or either screw with my geometry too much. Okay, that looks good. I think I already made a mistake by not having all quads here. I think we can merge those two vertices. Okay, this is not working. Now it is. Okay. And I'm gonna scale this down, do the same thing, merge the vertices. And do the same thing here. We're constantly building up this new geometry, and there might be better ways to do that. The thing that you definitely shouldn't do is to use the Boolean tools for this, because you will get a very bad topology. And as I think that I have to detail out this building a lot more, it's good to have a nice topology, or at least something that isn't totally screwed up. Merge at center. Why didn't this merge? Okay. I think now it did, right? Yeah, okay. Same thing here. And I think I do want to fix those things first. We don't want to have a ground floor at an angle. Okay, this looks good. Merge that at the center. Oh. What went wrong there? Okay, I have to hit A, not C. Let's look from the other side, and yeah, now this looks like a proper building. And same thing here, I'm gonna delete out the faces. I'm gonna delete those ones too. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know I didn't explain those things here with the geometry all that well because I was kind of concentrating to get something that looks right. I actually think we have a bit of a problem here, but oh my. It might not show. I'm not the biggest fan of this whole moving vertices and edges around and creating the perfect topology. But you kind of have to do that at least a little bit if you're doing 3D. Okay, merge at center. And this isn't merged at all, which is fine. So I'm gonna merge at last. Gonna extrude this out. And merge at center. Takes a bit of time, doesn't it? But anyway, I can't do anything about that. This needs to be done, and it needs to be at least in a bit of convincing fashion. Merge at center. Same thing here. I think I can, yeah, select all of those. Just need to make sure that I'm now selecting the right vertices to join. Yeah, this is good. Good stuff. I'm gonna extrude this out. And we might have an issue here. Gonna merge at the center. I think we fixed it. And I'm constantly switching back and forward between the see-through mode, which is activated by Alt and Z in Blender. And this helps me to select all of the vertices even if they are hidden. And I thought speaking while I'm painting is hard. When I'm modeling, it's even harder, I feel. Okay, we're gonna merge these vertices in the center. Now we just have to move that one vertex to this place. Gonna extrude out this one. And I guess this will be easy because we can merge this by last. And how does everything look? It looks, I think, good. We have to create a backspace of the room as well. But I want to do all of this work first. Gonna merge a few vertices again. Come back into here. Did we merge all of those things? Yeah, we did. Okay. The thing is, I'm actually not that familiar with Blender. I mean, I tried to get into it. I have a fair amount of knowledge now because of my work for animations. I mean, I'm not an animator and that shows, but I can do a couple of things. And with the whole modeling stuff, all of my knowledge accumulated is actually from 3D Studio Max. That is kind of unaffordable for an individual, which is why I'm using Blender. It has a couple of quirks that I need to still get used to. Most stuff works okay-ish, but yeah, especially since the last update, the last big, what was that? I think 2.8. I think yeah, we are already in 3, but the one where everything kind of clicked for me, I think that was 2.8 or 2.9 or something like that. All of the versions before, I think this was the one where they changed how the selection worked. And that really clicked for me. I mean, I know I'm not doing this in a perfect way, but if we have some little imperfections, that could be cool as well. And Mr. Pepper, thank you for your raid. We're currently in the progress of detailing out this 3D scene, which was actually... Can I delete that? Okay, then I delete everything. Okay, this is weird. I think I can move it, right? I can't move it as well. Okay, I wanted to show the image in the back, which was the thumbnail that we did. Let me see. This is the one. Like, this is the thumbnail. We did a couple of thumbnails. I have to open Affinity for this. Clip Studio Paint. Let's do that. And Jungwolle, nice to have you here as well. Like, I think these are the thumbnails that we did. And we're currently working on this one, which will be done in Blender, as you can see. And at the moment, we're doing a bit of topology work on this building in the foreground. And I also want to maybe add a couple of details like the pillars and stuff like that. Sculpture out of Metropolis. Yeah, it looks a bit like that, right? I think I really want to go for the whole steampunk vibe, so I did research a lot of 19th century architecture and stuff like that. And I also have a reference folder where we can look again. There are a lot of things still missing here, but yeah, one thing at a time, right? This is how Metropolis was built, one thing at a time. And currently we're just doing all this little vertice work. We're just... Oh, wait, doesn't this work? Okay, now it does. We're gonna merge different vertices, extrude edges, and slowly building topology. In the top there's a steam locomotive. Yeah, and the locomotive I still have to detail out. As you can see, it's only halfway finished and the other side doesn't contain anything. But I like to just rough out various models, and then we can detail out specific stuff later. And this is a bit of a kit bash. This is a CC0 model for the wheels here. I think everything else is from me besides some of those things. Those are kit bash stuff. I paid for those. I can use them. And I also want to detail out stuff like that. It's just a bit of a placeholder, but yeah. And Fritz Lang was inspired for Metropolis by Visit in New York. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. One thing I also want to address, but maybe not in this stream. Let me look at the reference again. I do want to have more of a wooden bridge here. I think that could be massive. I'm not sure. I'm also liking this design, which is really simple. But I think we can have a bit more detail going on here, but I have to do that later on. So, Pepe, if you are still here, I don't know if you are, like, what did you stream today? I kind of missed that, sorry. I was so into the whole explaining the 3D stuff thing. And we can extrude that out. Merge at the center. And now I think we can extrude out all of the top faces as well. We have to merge those vertices. And I think now we can just create the missing faces, right? We have we have a non-manifold face. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, I thought we could just do that, but the way I modeled it was wrong. This would be quadrant, then we have a triangle here. Ah, I'm so mad at myself. I should have seen this coming from a mile ago. But I think we can fix it by deleting these faces. Delete this vertex here. Bring that down. And merge at last. It could work, right? I'm not totally sure. I think we fixed it. I think this works now. Now we can create some backdrop, and Paper Plate Bard's Tale remake. Oh, that's cool. I really like the game, even though I never played Bard's Tale. I guess I should do that. Okay, this looks very good, and we have to do the same thing here. We have to do the same thing here. Can I just merge that at this position? And delete the vertices. And merge this at the last point. Oh, we do have a couple of edges running here as well. So that means we can't do it like that, right? Can I just insert some edge loops here? Oh man, this is a very sloppy way to deal with those things. But I think that will kind of fix it. It's really crude. But I think you won't see that, so it's okay. Now we have quads only. This is all we care about. Why do we have another layer down here? Oh man. How did I miss that? Do we have the same thing here? No, we don't. So I could maybe dissolve the edge. I think I can dissolve that. Dissolve edges. I think this is what I want. Yeah, right. Okay. So, as I said, it's a very sloppy way to do this, but we kind of now arrived at a real building. And how do we unhide? Need to go into object mode first. Now I can unhide everything. I don't particularly like those little elements. I can just elongate the whole thing. Does it look cool? Oh, I need to copy it as well. I didn't copy it. I'm gonna scale this thing a bit. Okay, I need to be careful with the way I work here, because as you can see in the sketch picture here, this is very finely adjusted. It's just the way it is to provide the best compositional detail, compositional aspect. And I just can't move those things. Maybe I can scale that down and it will look okay. I think something like that could work. Again, I could use the mirror modifier here, but I prefer not to. Okay, why doesn't this work? I think it's scale at... I had it. Okay, I think this looks right. Deeper, the cranes can't move now. I think they can now. I think now everything is okay. Yeah, fine tunes can destroy a lot. I certainly agree. I think I have to scale the pillars up a bit. And we can insert maybe an edge loop here. Let's see if we can do that. And then select this, extrude it out with not extrude individual, extrude long normals. I think this is what we want to have. Okay. This looks nice, and we can bevel out this edge. And this looks pretty cool. Yeah, why not? And I think we want to have a clear bevel here at the end. Or do we even want to have this little edge here at all? I think we don't. Let's try to select. Oh man, I have to do it like that. Select out all the edges here and put them into the object. I think that looks way better. Good work, thank you. Looks industrial, it works. Yeah, I try to give at least the impression that stuff could work, even though, like, I think if you think about it purely from a functional standpoint, it doesn't make that much sense to have the cranes here. Like, they should be way up above to actually provide a function of loading the train. I could do that, but like you can see, if I would extrude that into the sky where it makes more sense, it wouldn't be in the picture at all. So sometimes you, at least I feel, you have to sacrifice a bit of meaning and a bit of like high level functional considerations for a good composition. I think at the end of the day, a good composition, an image, is more important than getting all of the details right. Okay, something. Okay. I think that solved it, right? Okay. That looks nice. What doesn't look nice is this. I have to extrude that out a bit more. now we have this little gap, which I don't really like. Can we fix that real quick? I don't think. I think I have to go into this and play with the settings a bit more. I'm impressed how easily differences can be changed. And in this radius, it's not easy to see the functional content. Yeah, I think that's more of a stylized element. Like I want to include some Jugendstil elements and maybe some ornaments here as well. But what we can do, what might add a bit of function, is to add a cylinder at this base. So that this is basically another way of anchoring the whole thing. Like anchoring the building with a big steel plate at the bottom, and then also anchoring the cranes. Need to shade that smooth. And we can shade that smooth too, right? Rather than shade it smooth, let's sharpen it. I think this is the way we want it. Let's get rid of those things. Okay, let's go into these areas, and I imagine this to be some sort of control thingies. Let's look at the stuff that I shot with my own camera at our local museum here. Not local, it's in Frankfurt, but okay. Guess it's local. Something like that. Why is that flipped around? Okay. I hate that this is flipped. Can I rotate this? I guess I can't flip. No, I can flip it, not rotate it. This is so stupid. Okay, I need to rotate this image first. Okay, now this is at my second monitor. Okay, here it shows perfectly fine. This is weird. Give me a second. Okay, I just saved it as test. Is it now working? Now it is. Okay. I have no idea why this is the case, but anyway. Yeah, I have rotated it already. So we could also add this as a texture map, but I think I will just use that for reference and model some little thingies on top here. I think those are a bit large. Let's do an array modifier and go into Y direction. 1.5. How many do we need? 4. Or I think 4 will be plenty, but we need to scale it down a bit. And let's add another cube here. I'm not replicating this exactly, just a bit of a gist. And I want to have a handle here on the side as well. I think this will be the hardest thing to model out. I think I do that this way first. Scalar to 0. And now I think I can insert some additional points with the knife tool. So these are all quads again. And now I have a semi-round surface as soon as I okay, this didn't work. As I fixed all of those. Okay. I'm gonna select the vertices here. And then move them along this axis by hitting GG. And in my professional education, I've seen some kind of this autoelectric tables we had to build and repair. That's so cool. I really adore this kind of style, like this 19th century architecture and furniture. It really looks amazing. So this isn't completely round, but I guess it'll do. And we can bevel this out. Okay, we might have to select the edge loop here. Okay, why isn't the whole edge loop? Oh no. So these are quads, but I can't bevel right when they are here. I have to do it like that, I think. Okay. Blender, please behave. Okay. I think now the bevel should work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that looks semi-decent. And we can rotate this around when we are done. But for now, let's add a few more things. What can we add? Maybe we can look at the kitops and look for a simple object. I think I like those most. Okay, added a couple of inserts here. And maybe we need some screws and stuff like that. Oops, no, that's not what we need. I think these are the ones I'm looking for. think I want a round one. Okay, this is way too big. Doesn't matter, we can fix that. And there is actually a way to to scale that in a circular motion, like array it in a circular motion. But at the moment, I'm not too sure how I do that. That means I'm just gonna copy this over and over again. I think if something looks a bit off, it only adds to the charm, and we do have a problem here. Yeah, I need to be aware. Of the space where I'm moving those objects. So, okay, now everything is working again. And what have you say about Jimi Hendrix? Bold as Love, album from Jimi Hendrix. Okay, yeah. I haven't listened that much to Jimi Hendrix. Maybe I should do that too. As soon as we are done, we can mirror the whole thing. I think at least that is a thing that we can do. I think that could work. Duplicate it once more. And as I said, there are more clever ways to do that. And Gaming Hamster, nice to have you here. We're currently building like a steampunk machine. This is our pre-block-in thumbnail rendering. It's not a rendering, but the model. And now I'm detailing out the various objects. Yeah, I described myself as Jammerkönig. That's right. I thought that would be a fun take on the whole rage game thing. But I think Lamoth suggested that first, so props to him, I guess. And I think we can select now all of these. And for me, it doesn't matter that some of those things are not perfectly aligned. I think that only adds to the charm, right? So now all of these are one object. And I might need to apply this. I think I need to. And then I can mirror. Ew, why didn't this work? I thought I joined those. Okay. What is happening here? So I guess let's duplicate if the mirror modifier doesn't work. Okay. And then we're gonna scale it in. No, that's not right. I'm gonna rotate it 180 degrees. Into X. Okay. Now it looks okay-ish. You won't notice when this is done. And everything like Chuck Norris. Okay, that was maybe a reaction of something I said earlier. Can we rotate this thing? Like so. Okay. What did I do? Help me! What happened? Okay. I want to insert a face here. Yeah, something like that. Then I can push it back. Extrude out some of these elements. Okay, I could go for a very sloppy solution here or for a very detailed one. I think you know what I'm going for. If I'm subtracting, okay, this looks good. And I think now, can't I scale this on the z-axis to 0? Okay. That was the sloppy solution, but I think it kind of works. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. One thing we can try to do now is add another mesh here, another, no, not a circle. I think I'm just adding another cylinder. But we're gonna delete all of the geometry. Wait, isn't this working? Alright, delete all of those, delete all of those. Okay, and I do want to keep the main line here. I want to delete the face only. So now we only have this little edge area. I'm gonna delete. Oh, I need to redo that. We enable the selection. And what I think I can do now is extrude that in as soon as we selected all of the edges. And now I can extrude that inwards. And we have, voila, a little like measuring screen, however you call that. Okay. I want this to have a little bit of depth. So let's get that working. And we can put it back in y-axis until it is in the perfect position. This isn't in a perfect position. I need to adjust this. And what we can do here as well is to select the edge and bevel it a bit. Maybe change the preset a bit. This is an interesting shape, right? And this can just be super ellipse. And now we have some little mechanical elements here. Okay, we have a couple of mesh problems. This comes from a very bad solution. I think what we might be able to do here is just to get another loop cut and use the knife. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think now the area will look a lot more clean. Yeah, and we can sharpen again. This looks okay. It looks easy when you edit the 3D forms. But when I work with Blender, nothing works out. Yeah, it's just a bit of trial and error and doing things over and over again until yeah, at some time you just get how things work. And sometimes you make errors, like I want to bevel this edge, but I'm pretty sure that I can't now, because I have already added some of the non-manifold, no, these are just n-gons, not non-manifold objects. But I guess in mathematical terms, n-gons are non-manifold objects, but anyway. If I try that now with an n-gon, with something that isn't perfectly square, I guess I can edit this. I guess maybe it works. If I just select out every edge loop here. Okay, now I might be able to bevel it, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great, but it's okay. Gonna sharpen this, and I actually like that it gives me a bit of rougher edges here around this cylinder thingy. Why not? Do we want to have a copy of this thing? I have like 2 little elements here. I'm not sure if we want that, but for now, let's add some elements. And again, we can look back at our original image and think a bit about what we need most here. I think we need more detail. Maybe add some... What are those? I mean, they're beveled cylinders, and I think there's a cube behind them. I could be wrong, though. Like, if you think about anything in the world at all, it is usually made out of boxes, cylinders, spheres, and various like complex forms like the human body. It's true as well, but they are usually a bit twisted and transformed. But still, same logic applies, I guess. And as you can see, we started out fairly simple, and the more time you spend and the more detailed it gets, the nicer everything will look. You just have to invest time. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna bevel this as well. But not like that. But rather... into this. Okay, we can do that and then push that thing down. And we can do that by selecting just this face, insert the face, and go around, insert it once more. I think something like that. And we can bevel the edges here too, and we can actually use the bevel modifier for this. Just have to adjust the amount. 0.1, okay, that's good. I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna join these two things together. And then scale it down a bit, as these look very tiny. And we're gonna array them into -y, maybe point minus 1.1, 1.2. I think not more than this. 20 of those. Why not? Looks interesting, right? I think this has to fulfill a function. Maybe you have to ask Jungwolle if he repaired stuff like that. He could tell you, I think those are fuses or something like that. But I actually have no idea. We can double chain the array modificator. And then I want this to go down like that. And we have something similar to our reference image. And we can duplicate it as well. Can grab some more cylinders here. It's always the same principle, right? We're not doing anything fancy, we're just detailing and detailing again. Nothing mysterious about that. The only thing is it takes time. Okay, I have to use -y here. And if you don't know what any of these settings mean, the way I learned the whole thing was just to try things over and over again until they worked for me. I need a double array here. And this will be in Z direction, right? -Z. Okay. How many do we want? I think let's go for 5. I think there is a way to rotate these objects, but I'm not sure how I can do that. Gibby, nice to have you here. Hope the music isn't too loud. We're currently in the process of detailing out this thing, and we're doing some steampunk inspired machinery here. Oh, this is what we are currently looking for. I think I want to insert a face here. Okay. Actually, oh no, please come back. I hit the wrong key there. Okay, I'm gonna insert a face. And scale it down like that. And then extrude out. Dang it. Extrude out this face in that direction. We can scale down those elements as well. Okay, I don't have a whole lot of control here. Like, this is already microscopic in size. We might need to adjust the whole size again. Well, it's okay. We can work with that. I don't think we will add any more detail. Let's see if we have some interesting looking inserts that we can add. These are just materials. I think this looks all way too tacky. But there's no shame in using some of the presets. If you, especially like KitOps, I bought KitOps so I can use the things, right? It's totally okay. I can hide the cutter if I want to. And I don't like this. It looks too tacky. This is why I model out a lot of the things on my own. I have a certain look in mind. This looks pretty nice. Can extrude this up. Maybe rotate it a bit around. Bevel this out just a tiny amount. Let's see if we can add some more switches here. Do we have those? No, those are just screws. Also, I think we have something in the controls panel, right? Like some knobs. I think we don't have a traditional flip switch. Please not the Blair Witch Project. Are you referring to the music, Jungwolle? Okay, I'm gonna hide these little helper elements here. And I'm gonna include them again. This looks a bit too massive. I want to scale this down. Unhide everything. Okay. Now I have unhidden those elements as well. Let me put them in the background. Scale this down until it looks right for my tastes. Can we actually array that? I'm pretty sure we can't. No 10. -1 in this axis. Okay, that gives us just a cutter then. Yeah, I don't think I want to do... Oh! My gosh. Well, this looks interesting enough, I'd say. What we can do now is get a bit of a preview for this. So let's do something like that. We are deleting out these two things. And gonna hide all of this. Hide all of that. And we can copy this thing completely with everything. I don't want to merge that yet, as I'm pretty sure I have to do the detailing work for the materials. Okay, now this is again something is flipped here. Anyway, should be on the other side though. I think now it is correct. No, it isn't. Okay, looks good. I need to subtract. And then I can duplicate this one. And let's look at the whole composition. I think I need to model another one that can't be the same one. But it looks interesting enough. So I guess let's also include the other pillars and those little cylindrical shapes. I'm gonna delete out those. Okay, scale z -1. I shouldn't have to do this. I mean, this is just a relic of fspy giving me the wrong world coordinates. This is why we have all of these problems. Okay, let's look at the whole thing again. And I think we have some interesting shape language here. I think I want to keep that. But one thing I might want to do is scale that a bit down. Okay, this is all a linked copy. That's why this is affected and this isn't. I'm gonna scale this. I think I have to scale it -z. Oh, I think that was -x, but anyway. And what we can do here now is into this area, scale it down. Let's join those two. I think I joined the wrong parts. Okay. Yeah, most of this is occluded by the machines. I think I preferred that way because of this. I think I do want to get into materials here now a bit more. We can try to make this pure wood. I have no idea how this will turn out. Let's just experiment a bit and see where we arrive. I don't think I want parquet for this. It has to be like plain dark wood. And it looks about right. We need to activate this view so that we can actually see what we're doing here. Shouldn't there be a texture here? Texture paint? No. Plain dark wood. I mean, I could now go really into deep here, editing every coordinates to make it look right, but I don't feel like it. We are gonna overpaint this anyway, So I don't mind this looking a bit weird in spots. Okay, this is very weird though. Okay, this should be like that, right? Accidentally hit the wrong key over and over again. Sorry about that. And for this one, I think we want to go for copper. Oh, again, let's look at the Nexus PBR. Look for metals raw. And go for this bronze color. I think that will look good. Yeah. For that one, maybe something metallic looking. Go into shading again. Okay, I don't like that I have to scale here over and over again. But that's okay. Gonna select the aluminium. I think that looks okay. And actually it doesn't, I don't like it. What is that? Burnished burnished metal. Yeah, I think we can use this. And wood again for this one. Be something painted. Okay, this is more of an iron color though. So maybe we can use the same one. Let's look for, I think that was the one that we used. And I have to array that a couple of times. And I'm not the most professional guy when it comes to texturing stuff. I give that the bare minimum of effort to make it work. Yeah. And all of those elements, I think we want something plasticky. Plastic, okay. How about that? No, we can barely see anything. Maybe a bit darker. Got that here as well. Oh no, we do have something. Instead of doing the same thing here, I need to create another machine anyway. But for now, let's just duplicate this. I don't know why we have something down here. That's very weird. I'm gonna tackle this issue later. For now, let's just copy. Then we can look again how everything seems to work. For this one, I want parquet. Not like that, like straight ones. Let's look at the UV. There might be a better way to do this. Parquet. Like this is the one I should work on. Why isn't this showing me anything now? Oh god. What have I done? I deleted everything. Mapping, and I think I can just select box. And this, does that do something? Yeah, it does. Okay. This is something. No, I can't edit these areas. Okay, this is weird. Can I select cube projection? Yeah, I think this is something I want to experiment with. Okay. We did get somewhere. Okay, we can add some stone texture to this stuff. Marble. No, maybe asphalt is the thing we are looking for, or concrete, rough concrete. Okay. And this could be wood as well, right? There's already a material assigned to that? Can I delete that? I don't think so. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It's step by step and it doesn't all look good, but keep in mind this is without any lighting. Problem that we have here is now everything is all wrong in the UV coordinates. Yeah, I hate that. Usually this works to snap, but no, it doesn't. You have to rotate this. Why does it look even now all wrong? I think it's just very, very long, right? Okay, it is. Still, we got some issues here. I think, oh, okay. We were scaling it at the wrong angle. Like, this should be. The exact angle. It still looks wrong, but yeah. I'm gonna continue. Let's look for some stone texture, maybe. No, that looks weird. Bricks. Maybe we can use some bricks here. I don't think this will work. I mean, obviously I have to edit the coordinates. Mapping, projection. No, it's not what we're looking for. Plaster. Yeah, I think that should be plaster. Should be rather wide though. Add that as well. And for those ones, maybe we can use the wood thing again. I don't think this will look good. Let me try. Go for some concrete. Something like that. Okay. Maybe here as well, instead of this one. Can we cube project, please? Okay, what in the world is happening here? Okay. Not exactly what we want. Okay, I have no idea what we killed here. Can we just remove that totally? Okay, we have a couple of modifiers on here. Let me just delete those. I think we overdid it here with the experimentation. We just add that now. And go for cube projection. Yeah, I'm not really sure if that's the final look I'm settling on, but I think at least the machines, they look kind of cool, right? Let me save that. And we can try to import this here. Oh, sorry. Clicked wrong thing. Delete those. Why can't I do that? That's so weird. Yeah, I can select them one by one. Can't delete them all. That's very strange. Okay, now we insert out of this, scale that to -z and -x. I think now everything. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Now it is shading. Oh. I just wanted to have a quick look how everything looks. I don't even think the materials are working. Okay. This material is not. Oh. Okay, never mind. I need to figure this out in another stream or off stream. I mean, the bricks are cool. Why isn't this working? I don't know why the machine didn't copy. This also. I can delete all of this, but it's not exactly the point. If I just copy this, will it copy with the materials? Please don't crash. Okay, now I copied something. I'm just gonna delete it. And I'm gonna save this as another blend file. Hopefully Blender won't crash. And this here I can save as well. So this did copy some objects, and now Blender crashes, right? Okay. I think that's my signal to stop. I think it's still saving, right? It didn't save. Okay. I hope I didn't waste the entire stream just for Blender to screw up all the work. I saved midway though, a couple of times. Okay, I think Blender crashed. Oh no. I think this is it. It doesn't do anything anymore. Okay, this version is still intact. Let me look if it saved something. Like this is the last thing, but we don't have any materials here. We also have to work on the light here. I mean, today we kind of did some of the materials, And this will all come together and look a lot nicer as soon as we have good lighting. What I don't understand is why, if I copy this machine, and now it works. Okay. Now the texture is transferred. Okay. I don't really mind. I think for the next part, we won't do a lot of detailing, but rather try to adjust the light. I think this is now more important, and I will import all of the things that we did here with the materials into the new scene. But I will do that off stream. So I hope that was an insightful and interesting stream for you as well. The question is, how much do I want to get into over detailing everything? We still have to do the train. This is one thing I'm sure we have to address, as this isn't really modeled. Pixelpad, nice to have you here. I'm working on a thumbnail that we did. Moment, I can't show you. Wait a moment. I think I have to open Clip Studio Paint for this. So I painted a couple of thumbnails, right? No, these were done with my graphic tablet, with my wacom, and a couple of those we already finished. And one of those, this one, I said that I wanted to try something out and model a lot of the stuff in Blender and then come back to it and overpaint the whole thing and make it an interesting scene. Obviously, this isn't finished, right? The other ones are finished to a, to a larger degree, I'd say. And this is our current work in progress. I spent a lot of time detailing out these machines and did part of the house here, and we also did a bit of texture work, which looks now very weird because we have no light source and everything looks flat. I actually much prefer the look of the simple plain gray, but as soon as we have light, I think it will look pretty cool. Is it for a game? No, it's just for fun. Just a fun project that I'm tackling now. This will be an image, like 6,000 by 3,000 pixel image or something like that. Maybe even larger, I don't know. Yeah, so this is our current progress, and I was in the progress of wrapping things up. We did have a Blender crash. It didn't screw up a lot though. We have 2 separate files, and I still need to do work on the UV coordinates and stuff like that, but anyway. Yeah, that's about it. And let's see who we can rate now. I think I switch back to the just chatting. And let's see who is online. I need to look at my graphic tablet because Firefox is situated there. Who are we gonna rate? One Levy would be a possibility, but I think a lot of people here, or maybe not. That's good. I know we have now some international viewers who can't understand German, but I really want to rate Bambi Forest, so let's do that. And we can rate Amir in the next stream. It's okay. Don't have to rate him all of the time, so it's totally fine. Let's go to Bambi. Okay, wish you well. Have a good night. We're gonna start a raid now. Okay, and let's go. Have a good one.